I have come to realize that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you dare to take risks. Nelson Mandela once said, "There can be no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." Throughout the process of studying, applying to universities, choosing a major, or determining your future path, many have surely advised you, prepare a backup plan, my child, in case something happens and you need a fallback. But I have never understood that concept, backup. If I were to stumble, I wouldn't want to fall backward. I want to fall forward. At least that way I can see what I'm about to collide with. Without perseverance, you will never accomplish anything. Do what ignites your passion, what you are truly passionate about. Embrace the risks, do not fear failure. There is a classic IQ test with 9 dots arranged in a square. The task is to connect all the dots with 5 straight lines without lifting your pen. The only way to solve it is to think outside the confines of that square. Don't be afraid to think differently. Don't be afraid to fail big. Don't be afraid to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are merely dreams. Reggie Jackson was struck out 2,600 times in his baseball career, a record. But no one remembers those strikeouts. People only remember his home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times in his experiments. But we do not remember those failures because on the 1,001st attempt, he invented the light bulb. Each failure is a step closer to success. You have to take risks, and you've certainly heard this many times. But I want to tell you why it is important. You will fail at some point in your life. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will be bad at something. It is inevitable. And I know this is not the usual message in a commencement speech, but embrace it because it is unavoidable. In the acting industry, you fail continuously. Early in my career, I auditioned for a musical on Broadway. Perfect role for me, except that I couldn't sing. Of course, I wasn't chosen. But you know what? I didn't give up. I didn't fall back. I left that audition to prepare for the next one and then another. Prayed, and prayed. But I still failed and failed many more times. But it didn't matter, because as the saying goes, if you stand waiting at the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you'll get a haircut. And I got my opportunity. Last year, I participated in a play called Fences on Broadway. The special thing was that the show was held at the very theater where 30 years ago, I had failed my first audition. What I want to say is, each of you graduating today has the skills and talents to succeed. But do you have the courage to fail? If you never fail, it means you haven't even tried. I repeat, if you don't fail, you haven't even tried. To get what you have never had, you must do what you have never done. Imagine you are lying in a hospital bed, and around you are ghosts. They are the untapped potentials, the unexecuted ideas, the wasted talents. They look at you, full of anger, disappointment, and regret. They say, "We came to you because you could bring us to life, but now we must follow you into the grave." How many ghosts will be haunting your bedside? When the moment comes, I have just returned from South Africa, a breathtaking country that also harbors areas of extreme poverty desperately in need of assistance. Africa is merely the tip of the iceberg. The Middle East needs your help. Japan needs your help. Alabama needs your help. Tennessee needs your help. Louisiana needs your help. Philadelphia needs your help. The world requires so much, and we need it from you. We truly need it from you, the youth. I do not speak for all of us here, but I know I am growing older. We need you, the young people, because remember, you must step out, you must give your all, whether it be your time, talent, prayers, or assets. What will you do with what you have? I am not referring to the quantity you possess. Some of you study business, some are theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money, some have patience, some have kindness, some have loved, some have the capacity for enduring perseverance. Whatever it is, whatever your talent, what will you do with what you have? Now, this is my final point on failure. Sometimes it is the best way to discover where you are headed. Your life will never be a straight path. I began at Fordham University as a pre-med student. I enrolled in a course titled Cardiac Morphogenesis. I couldn't read it, couldn't pronounce it, and certainly couldn't pass it. So I decided to switch to pre-law, then to journalism without a specific academic goal. My grades plummeted, ending with a 1.8 GPA, and the university politely suggested that perhaps it would be better for me to take a break. I was 20 years old at the lowest point of my life. And then, one day, and I clearly remember the exact date, March 27th, 1975, I was helping my mother in her beauty salon. My mother owned a beauty salon in Mount Vernon and employed an elderly woman who was considered one of the town's matriarchs. I did not know her, but whenever I looked into the mirror, I could see her standing behind me, staring intently at me. She kept looking at me. Every time I saw her, she gave me those strange looks. Finally, she lifted the hairdryer from my head and said something I will never forget. "Young man, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy. You will travel the world and speak to millions of people." And in the years that followed, just as she had prophesied, I traveled the world and spoke to millions through my films. Millions who to this day cannot see me, and I cannot see them. When I speak to them, they cannot see me. They can only see the film. They cannot see the real me. But I see you young people today, and I am encouraged by what I see. I am strengthened by what I see. Because taking risks is not just about seeking a job. It's also about knowing what you know and what you don't know, about opening your heart to people and ideas, the opportunities you seize, the people you meet, the ones you love, the beliefs you hold. Those are what will shape you. Never become discouraged. Never hold back. Give your all. And when you stumble in life, remember this: fall forward. Thank you for supporting the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to receive the latest updates. These shares aim to disseminate humanistic values in life and have been rewritten with the assistance of AI. If there are any mistakes, please overlook them with understanding. Wishing you all the best in life.